Welcome back to the Huntech Pro Podcast with me, Johan Smit, as your host. We want to give a huge shout out to our presenting sponsor today, My Trophy Room. Preserve your proudest moments with the app's seamless photo features designed to display your hunting trophies like never before. Download My Trophy Room from Google Play or Apple App Store. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on our social media under Huntech Pro. Whether you're a seasoned hunter, an inspiring outdoor enthusiast, or someone who simply loves the thrill of adventure, you're in the right place. Join us as we bring you exciting stories from the wild, expert insights into hunting and shooting gear, and a front row seat to some of the most exhilarating hunts around the globe. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and get ready to immerse yourself into the world of Huntech Pro, where every hunt has a story, and every story is worth sharing. Let's get started. Guys, thank you for joining me on another podcast. Today I've got an exciting new person that I'm going to talk to. Last year we were contacted by Darran Staffen from Karoo Hunting Gear, and since then it has been an epic journey with him. Darran, thanks for joining me on today's podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
No, like I mentioned, man, it's since last year we started working together, and it has been an epic journey with Karoo Hunting Gear, and we're so proud to be associated with a brand that's like-minded like us, you know?
Yeah, I'm with you. No, for me, it's been exciting watching you guys grow. All the places you guys go and hunt and stuff, and getting to see and get the feedback on like the bags that you guys use of ours and stuff. It's been flipping awesome.
No, and I must say those bags you guys produced for us, man, it's super rugged, and I haven't had like a zip that has malfunctioned or anything. And I know you guys deliver a top quality product, so we are very proud to have you guys associated with our brand as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Tell me, how did you start out with Karoo Hunting Gear?
It actually started a little bit further back than just Karoo Hunting Gear. We had gotten ourselves into the industry like with 4x4, and when we got into the industry itself, we had to make a decision on having just a 4x4 shop like everybody else, or being the guys that supported like hunters, you know, like your PHs and game farms, basically hunting farms itself. And it ended up where the decision was kind of made for us, where your clientele in general was more in that line. So we started with that, and then that was the start of Karoo Hunting Gear, where you did all these 4x4s and you did all these hunting vehicles, and a guy would come in and go, hey, do you know where I can get a really good bag? Or do you know where I can get this and this? The main thing was like, they've got Americans coming in to come hunt, and they wanted to try and have something custom made for the guy, and then put like this name with the date or whatever it is to kind of be a remembrance of that hunt. And we were like, let's try it. So they would moan about bad quality or zips tearing or whatever the case was, and we decided, well, school fees aside, we didn't really know what we were doing in the beginning, but we were going to take the task on and just hit it head on. So took it, failed quite a lot before we got going, and then we just started like that. And that's where it came from. It was that passion of trying to be part of the industry and give like an A-grade product and help where we can. And I think our first one went out, and we got like crazy reviews from it and stuff, and then it started from there.
No, that's really cool, man. But you mentioned that you, through your 4x4 shop, JSM 4x4, you started with Karoo Hunting Gear. But tell me, take me back with JSM. Where did that start?
So basically, I initially come from the motor industry. So always been involved in like building car dealerships and, you know, sales and, you know, of that. And through like COVID and losing a dealership and having to start all over again, we ended up here in Cradock, where I worked with Ford. And being there for like 3 or 4 months, it was like, you know what, definitely need a change, need to move on. And we've always been involved with, I mean, growing up in Mooiplaas, East London side, being on the farm and stuff, you've always been involved in 4x4 and building 4x4s and, you know, going out and hunting and stuff. And sat on the phone with a few guys, and we were like, screw that. We're going to start a 4x4 shop. And I saw a gap in the market here where everybody had to drive like 300 Ks or whatever the case was to get accessories done or fitments done. You break a bucky, it's a nightmare. And that's where JSM started. We started in a very, very, very small little premises, worked basically half on the pavement, started just having faith, started the 4x4 shop, and clients started coming in and helping us grow the business. And the next client came in, and the support we've got from day one when we made the decision to create something here in Cradock is unbelievable. It has become not just a client base, it's become more of a family. You got clients coming in and they have a chat and make their own coffee, and it becomes like their center place that they come stop. And it's overwhelming to know the support that we've gotten in the area, especially with like the hunting environment and game farms and those type of people.
That's really cool, man. And to find out that you've got all that support coming in from your community and to help build your company up from nothing, that's really awesome to hear. And thank you for sharing that with me, man. So tell me, where did your passion for hunting and the outdoor start?
So I grew up in Mooiplaas, basically just outside East London towards Kumcha. I grew up that side, went to school in East London, but you grew up on the farm. And having that ability to go and shoot on the farm, and you running around as a little child on the farm and stuff, that's generally what sparked it. And then with going through like high school and stuff, you spent more time in town and you miss going out to the farm quite often. So when I left school and got into the boating industry, that was the first time I could get back in, because you got those, a lot of people in the boating industry will remember like the West Bank hunt and things like that. So when you got that first invite to the West Bank hunt, that was me back in, and you got to hunt. And I've been basically pushing that passion ever since. So I have made the decision to be more of the backup for the hunting industry, build the hunting vehicles, be there when they break like a diff or whatever the case may be. But every hunt I get a chance to go on, we go on, and we push it.
Oh, that's really cool to hear that, you like the backbone for the guys, and that you're there for the equipment, the vehicles, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So with Karoo Hunting Gear, let's say you've got a outfitter or a PH that's got clients that wants custom bags made. How does the whole process work from there?
So in general, like mentioning names and stuff, it's basically like we've done stuff for you, Imlilo Safaris and a few guys like at Tam Safaris. So what they do is they'll connect with us, become part of the actual system itself first. It's just so that we can get them on the system. That way we keep track of every order that they've ever done, that they can go back and say, remember this hunt, this is the bag you guys made for us or whatever. And that's where the start is, so that we can keep track of everything we do for them. Then what they do is just, we work over WhatsApp. It's just like you messaging your friend. We're not very corporate or business orientated. We love it when it's that whole, we're your friend in the industry. We've got your back. You can chat with us about everything. And then they just WhatsApp us, say, look here, I need olive green, I need 52 inch, or I need a 48 inch, and these are the names that I want to put on the bags and so forth. And then we put the logo of the farm on the bag itself. Some guys will actually message us and say, hey, there's so many guys that are going to be on the hunt, and there's going to be like this many ladies. Can we maybe do something different for them? And we'll do like a little backpack, or we'll do a duffel bag, or we'll do like a little overnight bag for them. And it makes the ladies that are coming with like the wives and stuff, it makes that also an important thing for them as well, that they're getting something to remember the hunt. And it's pretty much as simple as that. I mean, we set it up, we'll package everything, we send it through to the farm. Some of the PHs will come through, pick it up. But it's really important to remember that everything we do with our business model itself is literally based on creating a family. It's creating that support, having that backing. I mean, you knowing you guys. I mean, you see how we chat and laugh and joke and message and stuff like that. It's I don't like it to be formal. I don't like it to be this whole thing about just business. It's got to be about building family. I mean, that's the whole reason we named the 4x4 shop JSM. That's the whole reason we've got like SMC. It's the whole reason we created those names. Karoo Hunting Gear was based on the whole area itself. It's the name we came up with. I mean, it generally started with Peter Tam. He came up with the name, so, which I'm proud of that. Like, but like JSM stands for family. It's all about family. JSM stands for Jocelyn, Skylar, Mia, which is my wife and my two oldest kids. And that's what it's got to be about. This whole industry is about building that connection.
That's really great to hear, that everything's about the relationship and the family that you base your company around, and it makes me feel part of the family as well. But that leads to my next question. How did you come by to hear from Huntech Pro?
I was watching a few things on social media, and I came across one or two of your guys' videos, and you guys looked like that whole, same with us, that family vibe, that whole family thing. And it was intriguing to see that you guys like went over and hunted in America where everybody else was bringing clients here. There's a lot of stuff that you guys are doing it the other way around as well. And it was, I wouldn't say confusing, but it was like I was inquisitive. and then I was like checking, okay, there's a few suppliers that we use that are your guys' sponsors and stuff. And that was where I don't know, just had that gut feeling. I was like, no, I need to get hold of this guy. We need to chat. It's like, we need to team up. So once I get that and I'm down that road, man, I will do everything to find your number, and then we will get hold of you. And the first few chats was awesome. And then when we got to do some stuff for you, it was really, really cool. It was more your guys' reaction when we sent the bags and you guys got them. That was what blows our minds. Like we get excited when we get to send something out, and then the clients like respond and go like, yeah, because we don't have a big facility. We don't have a massive factory and stuff. It is a very small factory, because that way I keep an eye on literally the quality. We've got just our 3 guys that sew, and we don't add. I don't care. It is more about taking the time to make the bag the right way, and we get to check it. Each guy checks himself, checks each other, and it has a quality check after that before it goes to the client. And that was our thing, was coming up with concepts, like the whole relationship we have with you guys, getting to know more and more products in the industry that you guys are needing to use or wanting to try and build to make the industry a better place itself, or more user-friendly, or whatever the case is. That stuff excites me. We get to do projects, and at the end of the day, when your product is out there, it's all the hard work you put in and all the hard work that came from you guys, or you guys actually being in the field, that created that product. And it lives on forever, if that makes sense.
I'm glad to hear that you guys feel the same way. Like when we received the products, our minds were blown away in the quality that you guys made, and to see our logo on the product as well. That's awesome for us to see, you know. But since then we've started working on collaborations together. So I know you've created a prototype camera bag for us and a backpack, and we've got some new stuff in the pipeline, like a bino pack. So run me through like how your process will work. Okay, like I ask you about, okay, I need a camera a bag for my cameras, or I need like this bino pack. You know, it's a lot of stuff that goes out or behind the scenes that we don't know. Especially like with the bino pack we're going to work on now. It's a lot of detail that goes into it. I mean, obviously with our new camo line that's coming out soon, we want our camo to be on the bino pack as well. But then there's other stuff there. What material must the guys print on? What stitching must you use? All that kind of stuff. Can you maybe give us insight into creating a custom product?
Yeah. So what we normally do is we'll look at in general right in the beginning of the product that you want to create. And then we go, okay, fine. In that product range, is there multiple, like say binos. Okay, so binoculars itself, there are how many in the industry itself? So you try and generally create either it goes two ways. You're creating one that fits just one specific brand, or we're trying to get one that kind of fits a size, but over a multiple of brands. And that's where your first hurdle comes in. You will generally create just a generic, forget about material, colors, everything. We create a generic bag itself so we can get a template off of. We don't even go as far as going like special zips or anything. It's the shape, the size, can it go in there? And we will make it off of one bino, and then we will test a few to see if we can still get them to fit nicely. And then you'll tweak it from that. Once you've got that specific shape that goes, okay, fine, hey, there's 10 different brands that can fit in this unit. We will start designing then. And it's all going to be where info we get in from you guys going, say, okay, fine, hey, I need the front to fold open, or hey, I need these clips to be on here, or I need these magnets in so that we don't have to clip it closed. And it's a process. So, but if you don't enjoy it and you don't have a passion, it's going to be a nightmare. I mean, it becomes tedious, you get irritated. But for us, that following that process is, I love it. I love it because it's knowledge that you learn that helps you when you're doing something else, if that makes sense. Like you're starting another project and go, remember those binos, we had this little clip here, and then we implement it there. And we will basically take as much information in as possible and go, okay, fine, when you lean forward, like the prototype that we were busy with, a lot of binos have the double strap at the bottom, where this one has basically runs 6 straps, so that when you lean forward, it prevents it from sliding up. But it's still comfortable, and you can still clip it off. So, I mean, that was the whole thing of climbing through a fence, or going under a tree, or whatever the case may be. And once we've kind of ran testing and got it to the point where you go, no, wait, this one's working. At that point, that's where we start playing with material. And you start going, okay, fine, we have done this for a little while now. We have paid some school fees. We've gotten to the point now where we know which materials are harder wearing than others, which have more flex. You don't want to just go and make the thing out of a really hard material and then you don't have any, flexibility to do anything. Stitching, straight off the bat, we use marine grade stitching. It's a system we've worked from the beginning. That stitching does not snap. So basically over-engineer the stitching by far. We believe if we have it that the cotton is the hardest wearing part of that whole thing, we know at least the bag stays together no matter what. And that little theory we've had has kind of concreted itself in proof. I mean, you look at all our bags that you've got. I mean, their stitching is crazy hard. So, but we'll work with materials. We've played with a few. We sit with suppliers and go, look, yeah, we need the bag to be rigid in this point of the bag. We need the bag to be soft in this point of the bag. And at the end of the day, we'll come up with what parts of the bag have what material in, and then it's fully padded. You can drop that freaking thing. It's got sponge everywhere. We run aerosine in it. And at that point, there we make our first one. Only at that point do you make your first completed bag, and then it goes for testing before we even start making any further. So I think I told you what we did with our X bags. I don't know if I told you that. Where we built the X bags, and yeah, we've changed the design a few times. Now we've got the latest design we've got now. But we were so worried that this bag that gets put through the worst environments than any other bag. I mean, an X bag lies in the back of the bucky, gets dropped off the bucky, they forget it. And we decided, well, we're going to find a way to test this bag, like, I'm not even joking, like 5 years worth of wear in like 20 minutes. So we just took the bag, we tied it to the back of a bucky, and we drove it for 10 k's on a gravel road. So, and we're still using that same bag. So, test your products, you know what I'm saying? Test the brand. I mean, like the product that you created. Test it before it even goes out, before you even make number 2. Destroy that damn thing. Find out where its weakness is, and that's what our number 1 priority is.
No, I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to make now with that vinyl pack that I want. So, but it's actually, it's great to hear what you guys do before the time, and it makes sense that you want to put it through all those tests before it goes out to the public to use, because you don't want to put something out there and a few months down the line, okay, no, it's tearing apart here, or this clippy doesn't work, or that magnet fell out, or stuff like that. And then the guys label your brand as a poor quality product that you put out there. So the way you guys process everything and how you test everything is the best way you can do it.
Yeah, 100%. So the main thing was you in South Africa, you can make a product, it breaks, we take it back, we fix it, whatever the case was. Our main concern on that was, if we give a bag or a product to one of your clients, they are how many thousands of Ks away. We can't help them. So we had to find a way that prevented you from looking bad when you give, say, a client an inferior product. We wanted to go that extra length, which in turn made our side a million times better, if that makes sense, because now this side, we don't have issues either. So that is why we go through those links. It started basically with that, was going to extreme lengths to make sure that bag doesn't break and can hold up to the environment and stuff, so that our client doesn't look bad. And going, hey, you gave me a bag on a hunt and then it broke when I got home. Touch wood, we're grateful. We haven't had one that has broken that's gone through to America. Not one. And it's been freaking awesome.
I want to highlight some of Karoo Hunting Gear's products. So tell me a little bit more about your rifle bags.
Okay, so we make a starter bag. We make two, which is your, I'd say generic. The bag, it's those ones you go into any gun shop. It's got the flat pockets, zip in the middle between the two handles, Velcro front piece that you can actually put your suppressor in, or whatever the case may be. We call them a starter bag because for me, it's the one that you go and you buy your first rifle. You obviously need a rifle bag to leave the shop. So you're going to grab that one off the shelf, and it's not expensive. It's the rifle bag you don't care about if it gets damaged or whatever the case may be. But it gets the exact same treatment as every other bag. So also marine grade stitching, overextended with the webbing, everything. That's our first one. Then we move to, you get a 48-inch and you get a 52-inch. So 48-inch always go non-suppressor, suppressor. So there's very, very few rifles, I think, that don't fit into that 52-inch. Very few. And then we'll move over to where we do a 52-inch actual puffy pocket bag, where you've got a lot more pocket space. Same base design, and then it's got the actual extended or wider pockets. From that point, we do a dual rifle backpack, so you can carry it on your back like a actual bag itself. It takes two rifles, and they have adjustable straps in it, so you can take any rifles. We generally make the same bag for AR, but that's generally a custom order. We normally say to the guys, you know what, if you need it shorter, phone us, we make it, because we used to make quite a few of them, but it wasn't a big line. Very few people buy a backpack for a AR in SA. Well, we found that. So it could be that we just connected to more hunting environment, that we sell a lot more to the hunting environment, could be. But our line was a bit slow. So we haven't shelved it. We just decided to make it custom for each person, because that way we can actually customize it to the guy's AR's length. And it works perfect. All of our bags, every single item we make does not get felt in it. So your inlay, the inlay inside the bag, I found when we did a lot of research, that felt, which I normally call it that hoodie material when it's inside out, it makes those little balls, and I don't like it. That stuff scratches rifles, scratches scopes. So we decided to do extensive research, and we found bull denim itself a lot more expensive, but keeping that in mind, it was worth it. Bull denim doesn't ball up. It doesn't create little stuff. If you get some sand and stuff into the bull denim inlay inside of your bag, you just turn the bag upside down, you smack it. It doesn't, nothing really sticks to it as per se. You'll have the odd thing, but the average stuff doesn't stick to it, dust, whatever. You just shake it off and you don't get scratching. So just going back to that, I forgot to say that was every single bag, whether it is our rifle bags or any other one, we inlay everything with bull denim. And then basically from that point, I'd say that's what we focused on more with the rifles, is a smaller line that we've perfected, and then we just customize them from that point. We've had clients come in and go, can you do more leather on the bag? Can you do logos in this position or this place? And we've done it that way. So when we made the bags with the Dallas Cowboys logos on, we actually used the same base design, and then we did more leather inlays. And that came out beautiful to the point where I wanted to like add it to my line, but it was a custom order, so I won't do that. So, but yours not.
So we have the rifles in a custom bag, and we know they're safe when we are traveling. What bags do you make for the traveling purposes?
We do 2 main travel bags. The camera bag you guys have got is a custom one. So we'll look at adding that to the line as well with you guys. But we do a round old school duffel bag. It's they come in basically a medium and a large, fully padded in canvas. We do it in a black canvas and like a beige, and they are fully padded with a little floating pocket in the one side. So this round old school duffel bags. We're super proud of our old school stuff. And then they also come in that chuck on the back of the Bucky duffel bag where it's got no padding, no nothing. It's just rip-tech. You can throw that thing in the bush. You can do what you want. And we make those for a lot of the hunters where you just take the old school rip-tech duffel bag. You just chuck it on the back of the Bucky. It doesn't matter what happens. We make that also in a medium and a large. But the rip-tech comes in basically the green options. It comes in a charcoal and it comes in a gray. We had a client come in that started our range bags, which is the square ones. I'm sure you've got one. Oh, yeah, you do. It's our range bags, where the guy just wanted a bag that he can go to the range with his 9mm and his ammo and all his goodies. And we made it for him. Super proud, and it came out beautiful. And a lady stopped past the shop, and she was like, this is perfect for an overnight bag, but it's a bit small. So we made it a little bit bigger for her. And then a friend of the previous client came in, and he was like, oh, this is perfect. That's the right size. And we were like, okay, drop the first one. So now we make this range bag. People buy it for overnight bags. They buy it for their range. They buy it to hold their ammo. They buy it for everything. So it's like, we call it the everything bag, but it's square. It's got the 2 pockets on the outside, a little pocket in the front, and then obviously the bag itself. And that's how the range bag started, was making it for somebody else, modifying it for somebody else, and then it became a thing. So I think every one of our products has actually got a story like that, where it started off as something.
No, the range bag is awesome. I mean, I take it on all my hunts. It's one of the heaviest bags I have because it's got all the ammo in. But, I've got screwdrivers in there. I've got gun cleaning products in there. I've got all my ammo in there. And it works great because I can just chuck it on behind of the bucket. I don't need to worry about it. And it's been so durable and tough. It's been working great.
So from that point, we do the X bags. We do 2 X bags. One is your normal, the one everyone knows, that heavy one. And then we do a half a X bag. Our X bags at this point, the latest design is you can adjust the fill itself. That actually started not with wanting to adjust the fill. It started with sometimes we'll have clients order our X bags like a cross-border, and they just cut the X bags. So they destroyed the shipment. And so now we ship them empty. Then the guys fill them on the other side. So that's what started the whole adjustment of the X bags for us, as per se. But then we had somebody ask us for a small one, and we tried, and it came out flipping amazing. So we're like, new line. So now we've got a small little X bag that you can chuck over your shoulder and you can go. And I mean, we've done a few things like those little pouches that just got a zip that you put your handgun in and chuck it under the seat of your bucky. We do 1 or 2 of those in our backpacks. We've got a normal backpack, and we made it with a laptop sleeve in it. Our theory on that was more people will need it if you had a laptop, and it wouldn't be an issue if you didn't have a laptop. So we would rather have the sleeve in. So every one of them gets made with a sleeve in. So and we've got quite a few of those out. There's quite a few. The guys like that damn backpack. I love it. That started out as we needed a backpack for somebody, and we were like, and we started with a few designs, and I didn't like them, and then I shelved it for like 2 weeks because I just couldn't get the flow of the bag right. And a lot of people look at it and go, but it's easy. But that's because it's made already. So for us, when you're in that you get like a writer's block sometimes, and then you learn to just shelve it, walk away, do something completely different, come back, and 9 times out of 10 on the way back, you will get a bit of a and then you go and you make it, and it comes out perfect. So I love it.
Now, I was going through your website to check what other products you have when we just started working together. And the other thing that I saw is you guys make custom dog beds. I mean, I've got a Malinois.
We do.
And, a Malinois destroys everything. And I mean, for the past year, it has been his bed, and it still looks like I got it yesterday. You bolted very tough for sure.
Yeah, there's actually a secret to that dog bed. I'll tell you guys because it's freaking awesome. So the dog bed started where a hunter came in and we were fixing a rail. He had broken his hunting rail, and his dog was in the back, and it was one of those days, like, I don't know, it's difficult to see in our camera, but it's rainy today. And he came in, the dog was cold. And I was like, no, not happening. So I don't know. I've also got a Malinois, and I like my dog. I don't want my dog to get cold. So I had our guys make him a little pad. And that's where it actually started. It was like this raw, just chuck material in there, do whatever you have to get the dog off the load bin. And we started like that initially. And then I was like, wait a minute, how many hunters or PHs go out there with their dogs? And the dog on the way back has to lie on this cold load bin. And I'm like, you know what, let's make a dog bed or a pad. I wanted to make a pad that we just can chuck around. It doesn't matter if the animal gets dragged onto it. It's just a pad. And we ended up over-engineering it again. And then I sat with a few guys, like guys that train dogs, and guy owns a pet shop and a few things like that. And one of them came up with a thing that was, we were trying to find a way. Dogs love foam, and they eat foam. They'll eat your couch, you know what I'm saying? And we try to find a way to stop the dog from eating the dog bed. And the one came up the concept and said, do you notice if there's a round corner, a dog will hardly ever chew on it. But if there's a pointy corner, a dog will chew on it. And I was like, never stopped to think of that before. And we decided, well, screw it, like, let's just round the corners of those pads. And we did that. And it stopped a lot of dogs from chewing the corners. And then another guy said, have you ever watched a dog will eat a Coke bottle, but you'll never see a dog eating a Checkers packet? And I was like, I never thought about it before. I mean, keeping in mind, this is just stuff people told me. So I have not done research. I just go, faith, let's try stuff. And I'm like, I've thought my whole life, I've never seen a dog go and actually physically eat a Checkers packet. So we went and looked for plastic itself that was lightweight, and we found that aerethane, that's that aerated actual plastic. So we combined foam and aerethane, and since we did that, dogs don't generally eat. We've had maybe 2 dogs that have chewed on the side of our dog pads in general, but dogs don't eat our what's the name. So I don't know. That's what we did, and it worked. So we haven't done research into it from that point, so it worked. So that's what we put in our dog beds. We actually cut up foam and aerethane, that packing aerethane. We cut it all up, and it all goes in there. We have very minimal fade, and I find with it being cut up, it actually shapes to the dog. You know what I'm saying? When the dog lies in it, and the dog likes that. So we do the luxury dog bed with the bull denim inlay. It's just a throw homage to Karoo Hunting Gear, if the hunter himself can have bull denim inside his rifle bag, the dog deserves bull denim as well. So we do bull denim in the luxury bed, and then we do the hard-wearing rib tech, throw on the back of the bucky, chuck it on a stoop, normal pad, and that's awesome. But going back to our website, though, we are busy updating it. So if anyone does go on it, just bear with us. We've just decided to update it a bit. So the guys are busy on it.
So what other accessories do you guys make, except for the rifle bags, travel bags, and the dog beds? What other accessories, like you mentioned, the X bags you guys make? Is there any other products that you guys also manufacture for people?
So we've done gaiters. We've got 2 gaiters that we make. We're very big on the gaiters being in canvas. I can make the gaiters in leather. It's not an issue. But I find that the leather market for gaiters isn't the biggest market. It's, there's a specific market. And the amount of people that make leather gaiters, I would rather leave that industry for them, because we're not here to try and take over a whole industry. We're here to do it our way, the way we love doing it, and follow our passion. That's all I'm here for. And to support our PHs and the hunters and stuff. So I leave the leather industry to the leather people as far as I can. And if we do leather itself, it'll be a request from a client. So we do it in the materials we use. So gaiter-wise, we use canvas, but it's canvas. It's thick canvas. So you'll see, like, we do them in the canvas itself, full stitch at the back. I know some people now, the previous ones we made had clips here, and we found sometimes you hack it and it'll open. So we've decided to make it a normal pull-on, take a shoe off, slide it on, and it's got that LKHG in the front. And we make 2. This is basically a square one. You'll see how the pattern's square. And then we make that funnel one, so the top goes over. So one will just go over your ankle, and the other one goes right over your boot. Those are the 2 canvas gaiters that we make. KHG has its own seat covers, but they're not mainstream seat covers. You know yourself. They are personality seat covers. So you get to pick your colors, you get to pick everything. You get to put your farm logo on it. You get to brand it yourself. You've got them on your Facebook page and your social media. So go and have a look at your seat covers. I love those seat covers. Your guys' seat covers are awesome. The logo just looked so amazing. It popped. So anyone who wants to check our seat covers can go. I mean, those are, as anything, you can't go into a shop and buy the seat covers. They're custom order. Your personality is in there. But that is a product that also started out of necessity. It started out of clients wanting us to buy seat covers and then try and embroider logos on and stuff. And we decided, well, we'll just start it from fresh and do our own thing. So that's something that I want to collaborate as well with. I think we should definitely get involved is to integrate your guys' camo in some of those seat covers. I think that's going to be nice. I think at this point, we've focused on the products that we currently have now. We are busy with the Bino bag with you guys. We're trying to perfect that one at the moment. But we've focused on the products that we've spoken about now. We've focused on them to try and perfect them as per se. I find if you have way too many products and you haven't perfected the line itself and every little stitch and everything like that, all you actually have is a lot of products. You don't have quality, if that makes sense. We do one more product, which is a load bin dustbin. It Velcros onto your trolleys. But that was just somebody that needed a dustbin, and we started making them. Then somebody shouted, I wouldn't say moaned, but it was like, hey, bud, the stuff flies out. And we were like, oh, damn it. So we made a lid for it with Velcro and stuff, and it's been perfect ever since. So, but there's not much that you can perfect on a dustbin. Once you got your lid and everything, it's quick. We make hundreds of them, and doesn't have to be padded. It's just got to be really, really hard wearing, and we make them. But our main focus was perfecting each product that we've created to this point. We run like that for a while, and then you'll see like now we start adding something else onto a line, but this one is a collaboration. So we'll add something onto a line, but we generally won't be happy until it is perfect. We know that you've dragged it through the mud and done whatever and driven over with the car and done all this stuff and gone like, and then we go from that point.
Now you've mentioned the collaborations and stuff. Do you think there's any other projects that we must try to do together with the new camo line and also between Karoo Hunting Gear and Huntech Pro?
I do. There's so many things. So for me, there's so much stuff like the Bino bag. You guys are into traveling, so we should make like your own travel bag. You know what I'm saying? So that's got its. Look at the access to the bag where we make a duffel bag. But I mean, when you're traveling like that, it's a different environment to just, going away for a weekend or doing something in a set. So, have access on those travel bags for like your passports and all that type of stuff and things that you can quick access. That'll be awesome for a lot of PHs that travel overseas. But I'd definitely look at a travel bag. Definitely look at your guys' own gaiters. Definitely, that's just something that's super fun. You see somebody walking up that's a PH, you just check gaiters. I mean, so definitely have that camo on those gaiters. I think it'll be freaking amazing. I would definitely go into your guys' own rifle bags, but your own design. Redesign. Something that'll be nice on a collaboration is to push a limit. Redesign a rifle bag the way it's never been designed before. You know what I'm saying? Look into problems people have with bags. Look into things and start the bag itself from scratch. Reinvent the wheel, if that makes sense. That'll be a project. I'm super keen for projects.
No, that's awesome, man. I can't wait for us to start digging into each other's minds and to say, yeah, let's try this and do that, man. But do you have any upcoming projects within Karoo Hunting Gear?
With Karoo Hunting Gear, yeah, well, our main focus at this point our main focus until this point has always been to perfect the products we've created so far. And then as we go, we take a lot of info from like guys that come in, PHs, hunters, everything. We take a lot of info in, which I'd say spawns a new line or new project or something to look into. Generally with our collaboration now, most of something that's new like that would get sent to you guys first for you guys to go, hey, yo, we want that. Let's look at that. And then we will go with you because we already have a line and we're really happy with our line. We don't want to be the world's biggest brand. We want to be the world's most perfect brand, if that makes sense. I want to be known for quality. I want to be known for the fact that we're that whole small manufactured, made by hand, attention to detail, and that if you want something that lasts, you buy KHG. That's what I want. So I think we will add one or two extra things to our line, but generally from that point, I think there will just be a focus on evolving with the products that we kind of have as time goes on, but it'll be just focusing on perfecting our product. So KHG as per se was more to just build my brand itself and brand awareness as per se with projects. My important projects with KHG would be with Huntech Pro, which is our biggest excitement at the moment with KHG.
No, that's awesome, man. And we're so glad that we can add to your brand as well. And I mean, that's why we get along so well. We see the value in each other and we can see a future with each other, But I want to touch again on JSM. Tell me what projects you are busy with and what you guys have been doing lately.
Okay, so JSM, like I said, our main focus is hunters, PHs, hunting farms itself. So we do a lot of hunting vehicles. Like our main line is Land Cruiser, Hilux. We basically will take a standard bakkie and we'll go. We already understand the concept of you take your vehicle, you're going to fetch clients at the airport. The client has to be comfortable. coming back. So we'll make sure there's fridges. Clients have got really awesome seat covers. I mean, the clients have got basically their cup holders in the Land Cruisers, which a Land Cruiser doesn't come with. We got, especially when a client's on the back of a bakkie and hunting, we make sure that the back is comfortable. He's got the right padding. The suspension is correct. And for us, money runs a business. I get it. You can't get away from it. Money runs a business, but it's not about that for us. And I think that's what makes us different to everybody else. We don't chase a sale. I refuse to chase a sale. I would rather focus on doing it correct the first time for a client, and helping a client. So like we'll have clients come in and they go, look here, hey, financially, everybody's having a bit of a hard time, whatever the case may be. Then we'll say, okay, fine, let's focus on these key points that's safe. And then after this next hunt, let's focus on these key points. And we actually guide them to get in their vehicles where they need to be. Where I refuse to cut a corner on a hunting vehicle. There's people's lives at stake. I mean, you driving in the field, in a bush, bad terrain, and there's people on the back of a bakkie, and I refuse to cut a corner. So my biggest focus on my 4x4 center is building that family, that quality, that reliance, that they know they can rely on me. And my word is really important to me. So if I sit and say, hey, use this product or use this product, I would never use a product that I wouldn't use myself. I mean, when it comes to winches and anything like that, suspensions, you name it, we test the products ourselves. We will go out of our way, test the product, destroy it, and then, okay, that's its breaking point. Then I can actually say to a client, if you're in this environment, that's where this will break eventually. And I mean, we've done a lot. We manage a lot of farms. We manage a lot. We've got a lot of hunters that rely on us. So your job doesn't stop at 5 o'clock. I mean, you know yourself how many times we don't get to speak because your job doesn't stop at 5. I take the 4x4 side very, very, very seriously. And we'll be up waiting for guys at 7 o'clock at night. We'll be traveling through to Bethlehem to go fetch vehicles to build. We're all over the place. We'll make sure that we've got the guys back. And if a PH is in another town that's far from us, we will fight to find him somebody that he can rely on that side. And that's our jobs. So as for projects, we've been working on for a very, 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 very long time. I'd say anybody that, if I'm allowed to give a shout out on here, everybody go and have a look at Texas Land Cruiser. Go like their Facebook page because they're our partner in Texas. So we've been working on a project to give America a taste of South Africa, where you guys give Americans a taste of South Africa in the hunting industry. We've been fighting to give Americans a taste of South Africa in the 4x4 industry. And we're working with them as a partnership. Michael is amazing. He's a real person, like a genuine guy, and I have a lot of time for him. That is one of our projects. We're building vehicles and send them over to Texas itself, and guys can order from that side. They get to order just like you guys come and get to order. They get to do their things. So we're giving them that ability. I'd like to get Huntech Pro involved in that as well. Down the line, I really want to get you guys involved in that as well. But it's generally to do with our collaborations. We work so well together anyway. So when it comes to your side, I'd like to get you involved in that as well.
No, that's awesome, man. And I'm super proud of what you guys have accomplished so far with KHG and also with JSM. It's something that I can see that you put a lot of time and effort into it, and to hear that you've been working so hard to partner up with someone in the States, that's amazing to hear, man. And we're always open to collaborate with stuff. So whenever the time is right, we're ready for it.
So a little while back, we're very big on our spotlights. We, being in Cradock, vast number of kudos running around here. So at night time, lights is very important. So we've always teamed up with brands, and Don't get me wrong, we're not there to move away from other brands. We're just there to give our own spin on our own brand. So we'll still use Lightforce Steady. We use them because they're a beautiful brand. I mean, I love the brands, and they have their own following. We use DG. We use that a lot. But we decided we want to make our own spotlight. Needless to say, I didn't know what it entailed. So after a lot of heartache and stress, we got it right, and we're going to launch SMC fully. We have had a launch to a point, a soft launch of SMC. The first stock will start pulling in now, mid-March-ish. There's already one client that's got our 9-inch and one client that's got our 7-inch, and we've got 2 clients that have got our light bars. They weren't meant to have those things, but they got them. So they were in the right place, right time, and they were like, please. And then it was our testing samples, and we were like, okay, fine. So the feedback, it was more a decision to do that, was to get them out and test them in our area. Yeah, because the clients were close enough. So we're going to start collaborating with you guys on the SMC. I think it's going to be amazing. There's a lot of products coming to SMC, but we're going to add them as we go, because I can't control the manufacturing of it, but I can control the quality. So we'll still give that JSM and Karoo Hunting Gear quality itself, but it is unfortunately manufactured somewhere. So there's nothing I can do about that. We are going to add products and really, really, really cool items to our line, because we now have the ability with that factory to add some stuff. But we're definitely going to collab with you guys. I think having the Huntech Pro Bucky with lights they can see into the future, I think it's going to be very awesome. And we're excited about it. It's taken us a year and a half of literally not moving anywhere to then all of a sudden, boom, move. It's been fighting back and forward, and I'm grateful for that journey. When I was in it, I was really not happy about it. But seeing as we've gone through that storm, and we've achieved it, it's here now. We've overcome all those hurdles, and we've learned lessons throughout on don't do it this way, don't focus on this, and all the little chips that we've got to use. What doesn't work? What's more expensive but worth it? Things like that. We now know. And it was an expensive task. It was an expensive effort. And now we got it. And I think it's going to blow a few people's minds. We've designed the actual beam pattern. We've actually got it to be extremely bright. We've tried to find that happy medium between extremely bright and also coming into a town and not getting glare back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to look at launching our own bulbs now. We're busy with the development stage of that as well. Where, like Lightforce, I love Lightforce. It's got more of a yellow tone it's got a warmer tone to the light, and I will always use them. But we've got a client following that wants that more into a white light. So we're going to focus on that. So I'm very, very big on not going against another brand that is amazing. We're very, very supportive of Lightforce Steady and all of it. So for us, we will find that happy medium where we can fall into a market, if that makes sense. So, and then we're going to sit with you guys and we're going to collaborate, and we're going to add to our line and find things like, so we're going to definitely launch rock lights. We've got light bulbs. We call them kudu lights. So it's those little lights that go on your bonnet that shine on the side. We've got little work pods that go across the roof. So we're busy with a lot of that type of stuff. But spotlights launched, light bars already launched. Stock will be out, and then we're going to actually the support has been actually overwhelming. So our first order is basically almost sold. I've had to physically keep stuff aside for certain people because we launched our teaser video on our TikTok itself. On JSM 4x4's TikTok, we launched that teaser video. And it wasn't meant to be a launch. It wasn't meant to be anything, and it took off. So our first order is basically sold. We have kept aside for our, collaborations and sponsorships and some stuff like that. And we have to really start placing our second order. So I'm super grateful for the support. We've been so blessed with having that ability for so many people that come on board, and then you connect with like that whole, I'm not yet just to make money, that energy. It's actually a passion for the industry. If you have a passion for the industry, you start getting far in this industry. And we find that if you don't have a passion for this industry, don't get into it. This industry is about loving what you do, if that makes sense.
No, we're super excited to partner up with you with this, man. I can't wait to see all the new lights and products you guys are going to bring out. And yeah, no, it's like I said, I'm just super proud of you guys that the journey you've been on and why you do it. It's part of the passion you have, and you are in this industry to make a change. You're not there just for the money and everything. So that's what makes me proud to be working with you. You keep my interest at heart, and you help me grow my brand as well. And that helps a lot to know that we've got a company like KHG and JSM that's supporting Huntech Pro, and to help build our name bigger out there, and I mean, that's what the collaborations helps both of us so much. And it's just great to know that, I've got a brother in you, and you can support me, and I'm there for you,
100%.
12 o'clock at night, you can call me and I'll pick up my phone. So, but yeah, man, if people want to find out more about Karoo Hunting Gear, where can they go search you?
Okay, so Karoo Hunting Gear is karoohuntinggear.com. So we've got our website, karoohuntinggear.com. Facebook page is also Karoo Hunting Gear. We have got a TikTok page. It's also Karoo Hunting Gear. So we've tried to keep it as plain and simple as we can so people can find us. TikTok, go have a look. We don't load a lot of videos on TikTok because it's not about marketing. TikTok's about us having fun. So we go rip off other people on TikTok, and it's awesome. I love it. I feel so embarrassed when I load a video on TikTok with Karoo Hunting Gear because I'm like, I made my name, really bad. But it's all about fun. Instagram also, Karoo Hunting Gear. They can search Karoo Hunting Gear on either one of the platforms. So we have moved our online store for Karoo Hunting Gear away from Karoo Hunting Gear. Solely, my decision on that was because of the collaborations. So for me, it is rather have a retail center sell the product, and Karoo Hunting Gear's website will actually just be there for support. But I mean, just search Karoo Hunting Gear. They can go onto Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, website, and they'll find it. JSM as well, same concept. I've kept it the same concept. You can go into everything. JSM.co, JSM4x4.co.za. You can go into JSM4x4 on TikTok. Our JSM TikTok main focus was a day in the life of JSM4. No matter what we do, goes on there. Whether it's a build, us talking nonsense, whatever. If somebody visits and we film it, so everything is on there. The wipeouts, everything. So you want to get to know us as a personality on our personality on our side. Definitely JSM4's TikTok. It's fun.
No, awesome, bud. But yeah, no, just thank you again for making time today to do this podcast. I really enjoyed chatting with you today.
Awesome. Enjoy. Thank you so much for having me. The journey with you guys has been amazing. You guys are awesome. And we love watching you guys grow as much as seeing our products out there. But if there's anything, we'll always be there. We got your back. And you guys are family. That's what's important.
No, thank you, buddy, again for everything. And that we've, like I mentioned earlier, it's we're there for each other. We help each other grow, and that is, we help each other in the industry. And if we're not there for each other, no one else is going to be there for us. So just thank you again for everything that you guys do for us and all the support. We really appreciate it.
It's only a pleasure from my side. And thanks for having me on this podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining into the Huntech Pro Podcast, where the wild hunts and even wilder stories come to life. Until next time, happy hunting.